Hey, what's going on? This is Dr. Juan from Peanut Crunch. Yeah! We all know working out builds muscle. Hell yeah. What you eat afterwards is what's gonna maximize that muscle building. First thing, protein. You gotta have some protein. Protein builds muscle. Actually, your muscles are made from protein. And when you're working out, there's these fibers, man, that starts to break down. In order to repair them, you gotta have protein, right? Protein are the building blocks of muscle. Beef, chicken, whey powders, these are great proteins. But there's also plant-based proteins that are really good. For instance, quinoa, soy, and the combination of grains and legumes, like rice and beans. These are all high-quality proteins. So make sure you have a high-quality protein in order to build muscle. Now, I like to have them every 3 hours. When you're working out, there's a window right after you work out. You heard about this. That window, your body wants to absorb all these nutrients. However, what they don't tell you is that your body continues to crave that for 24 hours after you work out. So it just makes sense to actually continue to give him more nutrients throughout the whole day, right? So what I do is I eat every 3 hours and I have about 50 grams of protein in every meal. Now, some people might say that's too much. I would say you need to have anywhere between 100 to 250 grams a day. Second, carbohydrates. Everybody talks about carbohydrates. They're like the bad word, but they're actually good. I'll tell you why. Your muscles basically absorb carbohydrates and then they use it for energy. It's stored in your muscles as glycogen. And when you're working out, all that energy you get to lift the weights, you know, when you're lifting the friggin' barbells all the way up and down. Yeah, that's the glycogen, man. That's the energy from the glycogen. And what happens? If you have no energy, you can't lift the weight, then you can't build muscle. So carbohydrates are important. Not all carbohydrates are made equal, right? There's complex carbohydrates and there's simple carbohydrates. Like sugar is a simple carbohydrate. Now, after a workout, you want to add a little bit of sugar so that it starts to replenish that glycogen right away. However, throughout the day, you don't want to continue having sugar, man. It's just going to turn to fat. So what you want to have is complex carbohydrates. All right, now a complex carbohydrate is going to release into the body very slowly. And what happens then is that none of that is going to turn into fat. Simple carbohydrates right after you work out, like sugar, whatever, and then complex carbohydrates throughout the day. Third thing is fat. Fat, if you're going to have some fat, you know, have some polyunsaturated fats, like olive oil, fish oil. They're actually pretty good for inflammatory purposes. Here's a word of wisdom for you, right? Snacks. I told you that I eat throughout the whole day because they're convenient and they're easy for me to eat at anywhere that I am. I don't need to be cooking something, putting something in the microwave. I could just have it from the bag and eat it. Peanut Crunch, man. This is why I made it. This stuff's got protein, which is complete protein from plants. It's got fiber, 3 grams of fiber, so it slows the digestion of carbohydrates, so it doesn't turn into fat. It only has 2 grams of sugar. And the rest of it is complex carbohydrate. So it gets digested into your body and released very slowly, which is what you want. Also, it's 50% less fat than most snacks. Peanut Crunch. Done. See you next time, bro.